All right, guys, we're going to start another episode, more than just a haircut. This is where we talk about other things than just cutting hair. Sometimes we'll talk about, what is a taper, what's a fade, things like that, but not just how you cut your hair. Okay, so today we got 3 people. So these 3, they're all barbers. They all work at Andy's Cuts Barbershop. Slave for life, right?
Oh, shit.
So we got their guest here. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? I'm Calvin. I'm a barber here.
I swear to God, Calvin sounds the same every time he says, "Sup, guys, I'm Calvin."
This my trademark.
Every single time.
And I'm Joshua.
J Style. I'm just kidding. I'm Joey.
J Style, I swear to God, sounds like a Korean name. I swear to God. Korean trend being very, very popular for Asian hair. So we're going to take it back. Make it simple. Harder to do, taper or a fade, right? Some people say a fade is hard to do, and then some people just have no idea how to do a taper. We got a barber in the shop, not going to name, but they have no idea how to finish a taper because they don't know how to blend in the taper into the hair that's already existing. For example, we did your hair, right, Josh?
Yeah.
If they did a taper, like, how do you know where to stop? You know what I mean? That's pretty hard.
You don't.
Right.
You don't stop.
You just keep going until it looks good.
Until the shop's closed. You haven't seen that video? Starring Josh, the barber that takes forever. But then, yeah, so, right? So for the taper, how do you know when to stop? That's crazy hard. Or a fade. A fade is kind of simple because you do know the ending to it, right? Is this laptop kind of weird to me right now? Trying to balance the laptop at the same time. Okay, so let's just go with which one's harder.
I think a taper is harder.
Why?
Because, like, you're blending into a shape.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, you go too high. Now they got, like a whole, like, helmet on, like, their head. Meanwhile, like a fade, you can just kind of, go through your steps. And then you know when it ends. But let's say that you follow your steps, right? And then you hit that bulk. You're like, oh, shoot. What do I do? I've seen some barbers just leave it. I don't want to name it.
Whoa, the shit talks begin. Bro.
I've seen some barbers.
We're just trying to talk here, have a friendly conversation.
I'm not saying nothing.
What?
What you trying to say about me, bro?
I never said I wasn't that barber.
Thought we're just having a friendly conversation.
I think with tapers, you care more about the shape while also balancing the blend too.
Okay, sounds great.
I think a fade is way easier. Just because it's bigger guidelines, and then you take that guideline all around the head, it's like way easier. Instead of like a taper is more tedious. Like we're working into the longer hair, and then you do have to edge up behind the ear. So I think it's way more work. So fade is like kind of more easier. Like it's like less stressful because you're just kind of chopping it all off. Rather than the taper is more tedious not to chop off the hair behind the ear.
What would you about to say?
Wait, was the question which is harder or which is easier?
I mean, same shit. I mean,
Same
if you says that one's easier, the other one's
so
harder.
you said taper is harder.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Oh.
This is more
Yeah,
work.
I was
It's
just
not hard.
Opposite. Why are you trying to call him out?
No, I'm just confused.
I think, in my opinion, it's half and half because I do have trouble with tapers, but only for the neck. For the sides, for me, I think it comes out like butter. But for the back, I have so much trouble sometimes because of the dips of the neck, especially on skinny kids. They have a very tight concave crevice for the neck, and so
the dip in the middle.
it gives me a really hard time doing that. Whereas fades, you just follow steps and you'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys don't know nothing. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
That's so funny. Honestly, the taper's easier to do for me. I don't know why. It seems easier. It's more fun, I think, because it can blend into so many different lengths. Fade is actually pretty easy too. But then
Taper,
there's some, you know how sometimes the head, there's bumps in the
yeah.
head?
That's true.
There's no bumps on sideburns and neckline, really. You know, and that's they had a
You're
skinny
You're
ass
cutting
neck.
more with the fade.
Sometimes little dips.
Yeah, there's dips in the head, and then now
Fade.
your whole fade gets like you're playing around. But with the tapers, everybody has the same skin. There's no bumps on the head. There's no bumps right here.
Yeah, that's what
Right?
I'm saying. On the sides,
It's like
easier.
you're always gonna get that consistent, clean canvas, right? But like if it's the fade, like mine, I go here, where if you make a guideline somewhere around here, there's a line there forever. Like you can try to spread it out as much as you want, but there's always gonna be a line. That's why I kind of enjoy doing a taper more because it's like a blank canvas that you can just draw a clean one. Mm-hmm. You know, fade sometimes, yeah. There's bumps that makes it a little bit harder.
That's true. It's more, that is
Chance
true.
to change your answer.
With the taper, it's more
Yeah.
detailed though.
Yeah.
I think I might change the
like
answer to Joey's answer.
You know, if
fade
you-
is more detailed.
Yeah, I think like
Fade more detailed.
Yeah, because this is all around. It's a whole entire head.
It's detailed, but like taper's more corner work. More using the clipper, the corner of the clipper.
Yeah, you do a lot more corner work with taper for sure. For
Man, you
sure.
do?
100%. 100%.
record.
Welcome to Andy's Cuts Barbershop, where the shit talking never stops. Who we are.
Only with Calvin.
Only against Calvin. He's the guy. Hardest haircut to do right now for me would probably be the 80s haircut. You know that men's spire haircut, the one in the picture?
Oh, like a mod, like
Yeah, like the Beatles.
yeah,
Oh,
That
yeah.
thing I have no idea.
yeah.
You almost have to go into Europe to find out how to do that
I
haircut.
don't even know how to
Yeah,
do
it's
that
like
one.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. When you do it nicely, though, that is fire. It sucks that here in Orange County, you don't see a lot of it.
Yeah.
Only a good one looks good because then you put a taper to it. And you don't do a clean taper, it doesn't really come out good. But then again, it kind of looks nice with long hair.
It does.
That being said, hardest haircut question. What is the hardest haircut for you guys to do? Just for the listeners out there to know which one are hard to do and what would be a tip they can get better at the haircut. So, hardest haircut to do and give them a tip.
For us?
Give them a tip for like the listeners out there, you know, just in case they're like, dude, I hit that medium skin fade that guy was talking about, and I have no idea how to do a medium skin fade. Swear to God, medium skin fade is probably the easiest to go.
Yeah.
But, you know, let's just say someone struggle with a certain fade. What is a tip to give them to get it better?
Oh, so we're talking to barbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to barbers.
Okay.
Let's say for barbers, what would you guys do to give them a tip?
Oh, well, I don't know about the tip, but for the hardest haircut for me, it would be a flared out taper. Especially in the back, because you got to taper it and all of a sudden it flares all the way out like that. I've got some guys that want to flare out their back of their neck, and you know, I have a little bit of
Wait,
trouble
what
doing
number
that.
is that? Would that be like a number 4, 5?
What?
I think it
Like
depends.
flare out would be like a number 5 and up. Would that be considered a flare out? Like they do 5 all around the head, right? And then you do a taper underneath, or is it like Josh's hair?
Yeah, more like a blowout taper.
More a blowout taper.
Yeah, like a lot of hair. Like
It'd be like a
blows out.
slick back with a
Like his is
flared
gonna
out.
be
Yeah.
pretty flared out.
But some
Mine's a
people
little flared
they even like it like more
see.
bulk.
If I do clip work, I feel like it will just ruin the shape. Like, right there.
Yeah, you gotta do all scissor work on your hair.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta taper and the scissor work.
That's where you put the clippers away.
Clippers away. Does that even make us barbers anymore?
Yeah.
Are we still considered barbers if we don't use clippers?
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
It's more than
Where's
just
the
more
top
than just the
barbers?
clippers.
What clippers do you use?
It don't matter.
You know, that's the answer.
Don't matter.
They don't.
What's a haircut for you? What's the hardest one?
I think for me it might be like a burst fade too.
Hold on, Joey. What tip would you give him for that haircut?
Oh, the flare?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
maybe
like,
don't even get
I'm
it.
still
Don't even-
figuring that out myself.
Don't even get
Don't
it.
even get it.
If you guys know, please give me the tip. Send it to Andy's Cuts Fountain Valley at gmail.com. That's
you can't even like
hilarious.
rest your head back, you know what I'm saying, with that haircut. You can't even like sit back or you mess up your hair.
Yeah,
Oh, I get what
In
you're
my
saying.
opinion, yeah, it's a
But like
Yeah,
style wise,
you gotta style that type of haircut.
Right.
Yeah, you can't lay
Yeah.
down.
Can't lay it down whatsoever, man.
You wear a hat.
What's the point of the haircut? No, I'm just kidding.
So it's, I mean, some people get haircuts just to wear
Do
the
it.
hat.
Yeah, they do. I have a client like that. He was like,
That's true.
can't wait to get my hair cut.
Sometimes
So
that-
my hat looks.
Hats are too tight sometimes. I have to.
Bro, sometimes you take off the cape and they put the hat right on. They didn't even pay yet.
That
I
happens.
see other clients do that.
That's probably the worst when they get like, damn, this is dope. Can you style it? And then you style it, and then they put on a
They
hat.
put on the hat.
And then it's like, that is gross. In all means, how dare you do that to me? And you put gel
Yeah.
product all over your hat.
Yeah.
Nasty.
What's wrong with you?
Your cut? Yeah. Hardest cut?
Hardest cuts.
I think he told me one time his hard cut was number 3 all the way around, square sideburn, square neckline, edge up. Like, I just don't know how to do it.
What's the hard part? The square?
I don't know. I was kidding.
The consultation. Are you sure you want a 3 all around? Are you sure?
You want 3 all around, 3
This
inches
is so
off.
hard.
I don't know. What's the hardest?
Bro, you're like a prodigy or what? You don't have no
you know
hard
what,
haircuts?
another one? It would be
I'm talking
like.
about like going on, probably like.
This guy's not
Let
bad
me
at
jump in.
anything.
Let me jump in another.
It's too good.
A low skin fade on very thin, fine hair. For me, that I have so much trouble with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I could choose that one. I'll choose that one.
what I'm
Something.
No, you can't use that one. He
Why
used
not?
it.
Why not?
You can't just piggyback off him, bro. You know, the tip on that haircut is that
I
if
know
you
which
use...
one. I know which one.
If you do the fade like you normally do, but instead of clipper of comb, you use thinning shears over comb. There's no clipper of comb with that hair. So once you finish your one open guideline or whatever guideline you guys do until the clipper of comb, don't use clipper of comb. Use thinning shears over comb. So that haircut, if it has thin hair, don't clip over comb. It would just take too much. What tip do you got, buddy? Joshua.
Stretch your guidelines out.
What?
Stretch your guidelines out.
Well, we're supposed to do
Wait.
hardest haircut.
Hardest
but,
haircut, bro.
Oh, hardest haircut.
We're not doing that 31. We're not doing that 31 tip right now, bro.
Oh,
That shit is about that's about to go on a wrap.
wait, I'm giving a tip for my hardest haircut.
Well, you got to tell us what your
What
hardest
is your
haircut.
What is your
hardest
hardest haircut, man?
Oh, probably like trying to make a thick hair look good.
Thick hair, like they
Yeah.
do skin fade.
Nah, just like long. I feel like it could look better if it was like if I like thinned it out like a lot. Like thick, like
I had
thick
thick
long
hair
hair.
yesterday.
Like if the hair is like really thick.
It's hard to style sometimes. when
Yeah,
It's too
it's
thick.
like really, really thick, and they want a certain hairstyle. I don't know. I feel like it come out better.
All right, so if a hair is really thick, and it's hard to, I can see what you mean.
I think it's
What
my
hairstyle
tools.
would be best for them then?
Huh?
What hairstyle would you recommend?
For them?
Yeah, I mean, if the hair's, let's say it's really thick. We all have that guy who wanted a comb over super long
I feel
undercut
like-
or something. It's like thick as heck.
It's either good if it's like really, really short, or it's really, really long. Like you can only have
How long is really
either
long?
both.
Like super long, shoulder length long, or long like Joey's old hair.
Joey's old hair.
Joey kind of had thick hair.
You did. Very
I
thick.
feel like Joey old hair, because if they have like
So you're basically
my
describing
hairstyle and it was
Joey.
thick,
Really long like Joey had, or really short like Joey had.
yeah, you could only have either.
That's
why you went to the
just
real
follow
short
this
one.
guy.
That's it. You chose the right haircut.
You know me.
What would you do? What would you do if a client came into one of these listeners' hair barbershop and they're cutting hair and they're like, dude, I remember Josh, he was telling me about really thick hair and this is what I should do. This guy wants a comb over. Long, thick hair.
Thin it out.
Yeah, I'm thinning it out. For like
Thin
40
that shit
minutes.
out.
Imagine.
All right, so you thin it out. Is there a limit? Can you thin it until he has like 4 strands left? Well, you know that you can't thin it out too much.
I know.
But if you do thin it, yes, thin it out. But just make sure you're not hitting it too much or else you're literally going to have like 4 hair left. That's a great one. That's a good tip. All right, man. I think Calvin was talking about a burst fade and then he just kind of let it slide through
real,
everybody. You know what I mean?
I got
You let that
cut
go like
off.
that, man?
Yeah.
I got cut off, man.
Bruh.
I was saying a burst fade.
All right.
I have trouble with the shape. You know what I mean? Like once I get past the year, there's like this was my first burst fade ever. I got past the year and I used the whole blade still. And like I gave him like a little box. And then so slowly you watch
The box fade.
Yeah, the box fade. And you slowly watch videos and your other barbers work. And I slowly learned how to do a burst fade. But if I was to give a tip, I would say know your shape and know when to use corners of your blade or half of the blade. That's my tip.
Oh.
Because I didn't know that. I thought I was just going ham on that with a full blade.
This guy, he found a weakness and he conquered it, and he gave you a tip. Corners is right. Don't use the full blade on a burst fade.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Don't use a full blade on a burst fade.
Damn.
You got this right on camera.
You guys got that. Don't be surprised if Joe's not in the next podcast.
I think that's a good one. Found it, dude.
Back again.
All right, you guys. Think that's it. Good talk. You guys gonna have any questions? Make sure you leave it in the comment if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube. If not, subscribe on Spotify and YouTube as well. All right, these are the guys. You may or may not see them next time. Catch you guys later.
Laters.
Later.
You got to pound it at the last second, dude. You got to finish it.